Do you want to learn English the fun way? Forget boring textbooks. Real stories help you understand and remember without even trying. So hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. We post new adventures every single day. Let's dive in. Her name was Livia, and that morning, she made a strange little game for herself. She would walk through the city, but only on streets with blue signs. Not green, not white, not red, only blue. It sounded simple, but it changed everything. She left her apartment with a small bag, a notebook, and one rule: follow the blue. The first blue sign was easy. It was just outside her building. A quiet street with old stone buildings and small trees. So she walked. At the next corner, she looked up. Green. She turned left. Nope. Red sign. She went right. Finally, another blue one. And that's how it started. She didn't care where the street led. She only cared about the color of the next sign. Sometimes it took her into busy neighborhoods with loud music and food carts. Sometimes it brought her to quiet places with laundry hanging from balconies and cats sleeping under cars. She wasn't following a map. She wasn't going anywhere special. But she had never looked at the city like this before. She had to look up all the time, searching for blue. It made her slow down. Notice things. A little girl drawing flowers on the sidewalk. A man fixing a bicycle in front of his store. An old radio playing jazz inside a barber shop. It was like the city was showing her hidden stories, just because she was playing this silly game. Around noon, she sat in a small park with a sandwich and wrote in her notebook. 3 blue signs led me here. No idea where I am. I love it. After lunch, it got harder. Some neighborhoods didn't have many blue signs. She had to turn back a few times. At one point, she walked in a circle for 10 minutes. But it didn't bother her. It made her laugh. This wasn't about speed. It was about discovery. Later in the afternoon, she found herself in a part of the city she had never visited. She didn't even know the name of the district. But the street signs were dark blue and shining in the sun. She passed a small bakery, an art gallery, and a building covered in vines. She bought a drink from a street vendor and asked him, using her best English, what time it was. He showed her his watch and smiled. That small conversation made her proud. She didn't know many words, but she used what she had. And it worked. That gave her even more energy to keep going. By evening, she had walked for hours. Her legs were tired. Her shoes felt heavy. But her notebook was full of street names, little sketches, and thoughts. The last blue street of the day was quiet. No shops, just houses and tall trees. She walked slowly, listening to birds and the wind. Then she sat on a bench at the end of the block. The sun was going down. The sky turned orange, then pink. She had no idea where she was on the map, but she felt like she had traveled far. She had created a path with no plan. Just signs. Just color. Just curiosity. And it led to peace. That's the kind of adventure no tourist guide can give you. You just learned how to use real English, naturally. You followed a journey, picked up useful words and phrases, and trained your brain while having fun. That's the power of story learning. If you liked this, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. We've got a new English adventure every single day. And tell us in the comments, what's the weirdest rule you would try for a one-day walking challenge?